to celebrate Queen of the Damned and Aaliyah's new album.
Right.
And to honor the memory of Anne Rice, let's talk about a movie she hated.
I think she was just misguided.
Hey, we butchered your book. By the way, you're misguided.
It opens up with the statues of those who must be kept. I don't think they ever say that in the movie, but that's what they're called.
No, they don't.
Which is Queen Akasha and King Enkel.
Look at this guy. He thinks he's got it all because he read the book.
Why are you winking your eye? You got something in your eye? Please never do. Oh my God.
It's time to hack the movies. Today, we're talking about tapes.
Hey guys, do you want fresh, never frozen, dietitian approved meals delivered right to your doorstep? Then you're going to want Factor. Factor's menus offer a wide variety of meals that are updated every week. There's over 29 meals to choose from and over 33 add-on options. Or you can let Factor pick your order for you based on your preferences. These meals are great if you're in a rush or you just got home after a long day and don't feel like preparing food or using a bunch of ingredients. Their meals arrive all set to go and you'll be eating in 2 minutes. For example, I'm currently at home with a cold and craving a good meal. I don't really have the energy to stand and cook something, and I'm not about to go to the grocery store, so having Factor ship ready-made meals here is perfect. Head to go.factor75.com/hackthemovies120 and use code hackthemovies120 to get $120 off. Hello, ladies. How are you?
I'm doing all right.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Welcome back. This is Queen of the Damned.
Hell yeah.
From 2002, starring the late Aaliyah,
Yeah.
who died tragically in an unavoidable accident.
Don't start.
Which, when you look into it, there was a lot of things they
Don't rest in peace, Aaliyah.
But looking into that, and also, the R. Kelly situation that was happening with her, I think she kind of
Was R. Kelly in South America with her?
No, but I get what you're saying. Like, I don't think it was avoidable because, like, obviously in the R. Kelly situation, her parents weren't the best. I think she was just very much an overachiever and, not of entirely sound mind. It was just work. And yeah.
She could have waited a day.
but then she got away from R. Kelly.
Speaking of Aaliyah, new album coming out.
Yeah.
I texted you about that. I'm like,
You
okay,
did.
so first we decided to do these two movies months ago.
Yeah.
And then Anne Rice dies. And then Aaliyah's got a new album coming out. I'm like, what is going on?
I was wondering about that because I think there's a song out right now that has her featured on it. And I was like, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure. And I was like, this song doesn't sound familiar.
I can't name one Aaliyah song.
Really?
And
Not one?
And I liked Aaliyah. Wait, is there like a Pick Yourself Up and Try Again?
Yeah.
That was for a Jet Li movie.
Yes. Yeah, come on. You know that.
That's all I got.
Well, that's one.
That's all I got.
That's one.
I don't know the name of the song.
Doesn't matter.
Anyway, yeah, starring the late Aaliyah.
And when Bruce Lee was still hot. I'm sorry, Jet Li.
Yes?
When Jet Li was still hot.
Is he not hot now? Are you an ageist?
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah.
You need to get another vampire to live forever, because...
Yeah, it's we don't get companionship and we start getting cruel. It is what it is.
Sometimes I don't hear like the slurring with the teeth, and then sometimes it comes back in. So
don't make fun of my lisp. That's specious.
So Queen of the Damned, once again, I'm dressed as a fancy vampire. I should have got like the stupid 2000s emo look.
No, I like that one.
Yeah.
It reminds me of Marius, and Marius was very lovable in this.
He has short hair. He doesn't even wear the wig.
But he wasn't in touch with the times.
He wasn't. So yes, Queen of the Damned. So Warner Brothers knocked it out of the park with that first one. Did really, really well. Waited a little too long to do movie number 2.
And then they made a hit.
Well, it was technically a financial hit. However, they were running out of time because if they didn't go into production, the rights would revert back to Anne Rice and she could take those film rights anywhere.
Which she should have done anyway, honestly. I like the movie, but I think
she can't.
So much more
she
could have come
needed
out.
it to expire first, but they went into production.
Okay.
And they decided
Yeah.
to put the second book, The Vampire Lestat, and merge it with Queen of the Damned. I think it was deemed the second book was too hard to film because it was too episodic.
Okay.
And I get that. Because it's like...
Can this be edited out?
No, leave that in. She pulled something out of my hair for the podcast people.
She pulled hair out of your hair.
Yeah.
Yes. So, yeah, the book, it's like, the book is him waking up, finding out rock music exists in the 80s.
Right.
And he's like, I'm a rock star now.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, I read that. He finds Louis' book. They're like, oh, by the way, we know who you are. A guy wrote a book about you. He's like, what? So the book is him being like, Louis is an asshole.
Wait a minute. The band knows who he is already?
Yeah, because the book got
published.
published.
The book is like big.
They think it's fiction, but the book got published.
Wow. Okay. So that wasn't in the movie.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, so like the book is like, Lestat's like, all right, let me tell you a little about me. Here's when I lived in France, I killed a bunch of wolves because I'm awesome and I had a cool boyfriend and a guy made me a vampire and then he killed himself and I was like, well, that's crazy. And then here's the part where I went to France to be an actor and
now, someone that's read the books question,
Yeah.
Is there a reason that they made Marius the one that sired him in this instead of Louis?
I guess just to make less characters.
Okay, so that wasn't in the book though.
No, Marius is.
Okay, I was gonna say that was weird.
Yeah.
So
Well, in the book, like his mom is dying, so he has her come out to Paris, and then he turns her into a vampire, and they're like best friends.
That's so sweet.
It's like their whole relationship changed. He rarely refers her as mother afterwards. Like, oh,
But
just Gabrielle.
still, it's like the first healthy vampire relationship we've heard about.
And then she leaves him
Oh, never mind.
because, like I said, older people who become vampires adjust to it a lot better and a lot differently. And she becomes like a super hippie. She's like, I just want to live in the forest and the woods.
Right. Oh, okay. So they are supposed to be the same character.
Yeah, and then Lestat meets Armand, who has like a satanic coven to keep vampires and it's so like I said, very episodic. And I understand that one probably would have been hard to film.
Yeah, but it's weird. They were almost like entirely different characters.
Yes,
across
and then
films.
and also in that book is where Lestat's like, by the way, I only kill bad people. Louis lied.
Right.
Yeah. So, and by the way, go back and watch our interview with the vampire episode if you don't know what we're talking about. If you watched this movie in 2002 and didn't realize it was part of a series. Yeah. So I understand from that point of view, but like this movie that we're about to talk about is the framing device for both books with a little bit of Vampire Lestat sprinkled and then like the climax of Queen of the Damned. And then they cut out like everything else.
I'm nodding more towards you because I know that you understand what a masterpiece this was and Tony doesn't.
It's great.
Thank you.
It's fun and fun.
Anne Rice was, much like the first one, she was super against this idea.
Oh, she probably would have still been against it once it was released.
Yeah, she was very, very vocal about how it was a bad idea. She said she met with the director. She met with Stuart Townsend, who apparently there's a character in her books called Stuart Townsend.
Really?
Huh.
Yeah. And she like wished him well,
that makes
but
Stuart Townsend real suspect.
She wanted, remember I said she wrote the script for the previous one and whatnot? She wanted to make this work so much, she offered to write the script for like scale, like the bare minimum. She would have done it for free.
I love this film, but that honestly probably would have made it better.
Yeah. And the studio went, nah. So yeah, then you get this weird like, and like, look, the books aren't like crazy good. Like they're good, but like that Queen of the Damned book is like, anyway, here's 5 people you've never met. They're going to give you their life story and how it relates to this climax at the end. It's like, cool. So it was a risk to do.
Right.
I don't know who the director is. I looked at his work and I'm like, haven't seen it. Did a lot of TV shows.
I was okay. What else? What TV shows?
I think he did like a couple episodes of Hannibal or something like that.
I didn't watch the show.
Good
I think
show.
I saw one episode.
It's good.
Speaking of Hannibal and Silence of the Lambs, I was telling you this before, but I'll reiterate. When we did Silence of the Lambs, this is the opposite of Silence of the Lambs, where like the first movie based off a book didn't do well, Manhunter.
Okay.
So when they did Silence of the Lambs, we're like, we're just going to ignore that previous book and movie because it didn't do well. This will be a standalone.
Okay.
Because the first one failed. This is the opposite, where it's like the first one did really, really, really good. Let's get none of the actors back. Let's refer to nothing that happened in that movie. Let's change things. And it's like, but people like that first. Why are you changing so much? It's bizarre. I don't know why they went in that direction.
They do that a lot, though.
Can you believe Tom Cruise didn't come back for this?
I can. I'm not upset about it though.
I mean,
And then-
he might have been like Brad Pitt, because I know Brad Pitt didn't really like doing interview.
Yeah.
Because he was just in the dark the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that could have been a thing. Like, oh, I don't feel like.
Oh
going
my
through the
God.
makeup
When
and
he was
the-
saying like the colors on the film, he meant that.
And then Christian Slater and Brad Pitt also don't come back because they cut their characters out of the movie.
Yeah, you were saying. Okay.
And I think the character Armand is in this movie.
He is.
Yeah, but
At the end.
But he looks like the book version
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
And not Antonio Banderas. What
And
if
there's
Antonio
no
Banderas came
pedophilia
back for
going
that,
on.
like one line of time?
That'd be really funny.
That would be hilarious. No, because he doesn't. Does he say any? Oh yeah, he does say like 2 words.
Yeah, there's like 2 words, whatever, and then
Exchange
there's
between-
the
yeah.
whole thing where he's like yeeted against the stairs,
yes,
and then
but he's
So-
not one of the ones that gets killed. Right?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah, he lives.
When did you first see Queen of the Damned?
Probably in high school.
Okay. What did you think?
I loved it.
Did you know it was a sequel to Interview with the Vampire, or
No,
like based on
not
that same
until
thing?
you told me. And while it makes me think a little less of it now, I still love it. It was very entertaining for me.
When did you first see it?
I was a freshman in high school
Ah,
because it came out. I was probably in like 7th grade.
2002. Yeah.
Yeah,
So is
so
that the same year as Ghost Ship?
Oh,
Warner
I love
Brothers.
Ghost
It's a
Ship.
Warner Brothers horror movie. Ghost Ship.
is so good.
Go back and watch our Ghost Ship episode.
I will stand for Ghost Ship the rest of my life.
And I think I've watched that episode. How dare you? I love Ghost Ship.
You know what's funny? Like, we did Ghost Ship, 13 Ghosts. We're doing this.
You did 13 Ghosts?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that one. How did you feel about 13 Ghosts?
And then
How
then
did
we
he
did
feel about 13
then we did
Ghosts?
House
He
and
has
Haunted
poor
Hill.
taste.
I think he said it was just okay, right? You were like,
alright.
Because he has
whatever.
poor
Yeah.
taste. That's
But then we did House and Haunted Hill, which is the one that like kickstarted all of them, and they were like, "It's whatever. It's the best one."
No.
And then the episode got glitched, and now no one can even watch it.
House on Haunted. Oh yeah, I remember that actually.
House
'cause
on
it
Haunted Hill's
was
the best one.
Multiple posts, and I wanted to see it. House.
Oh
on
wait! You can watch it on Odyssey. We've updated the Odyssey.
Oh, I didn't
That
know
is an
that.
alternative video platform. It is on there, and
You sure? Because I followed the link and it wasn't working before.
look, Odyssey's links are a little hit or miss. I'm not gonna lie. It's a relatively new site.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
There's some bugs.
Okay.
On the website, on the Hack the Movies website, each episode will have a YouTube embedded link and an Odyssey embedded link. Let us know if one is not working. We will update it. Anyway,
House on Haunted Hill.
yeah.
While I don't favor it as much as the other ones, I did really enjoy it. Like I loved the scenery of it all. Like the ghosts in there were so disturbing. The
Yeah,
way that they
it's-
moved and stuff.
It's really cool. It's the best one.
No. Okay. Queen of the Damned.
So this is one of my grandfather's tapes.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's awesome.
They my grandparents lived in the woods.
My grandparents currently live in the woods and they have collections of VHSs. Maybe it's a thing.
Yeah, he would just when video stores would close down, he would buy all their DVDs and tapes because signal was so poor there and they didn't have cable. And now you can get Netflix and stuff there and it works
It's still
fine.
pretty, well, she's deep in Delaware, so it's still pretty bad. But yeah, thrift shops is where we get them.
Yeah, so I remember watching this. I also didn't put together that it's based off the same thing.
It's kind of hard to.
Yeah,
the only
and
thing
They seem like completely different versions
yeah,
of the stuff.
yeah, like obviously you could be like, oh, Lestat, like that name matches that, but then
Yeah, also the time frame. So when was Lestat turned? You said in the 20s?
No, Lestat went to sleep in the 20s. Interview with the Vampire made it seem like he was still alive in the 80s before he went to sleep.
Yeah,
so,
kind of doing things, so it was kind of conflicting.
Yeah. It's definitely its own movie.
Okay.
But if you're a fan of the series, it's why are they not referencing the other one?
Yeah.
It's harder for this to stand alone like Silence of the Lambs did.
Yeah.
Silence of the Lambs, you minimize her superior's part, and then it's its own movie.
You know what he did do very well, like the other Lestat, talk about himself.
yeah,
Like Tony.
I'm a vampire. That's what vampires do. So I remember seeing this tape and being like, wow, this movie sucks. Aaliyah's pretty hot. Sad she died. I like the girl from the Mighty Ducks. She's pretty cute.
She was.
And then I went, probably never going to watch this movie again. And then Johanna's like, I love Queen of the Damned. We should do it on the show.
I actually think that we should do a movie night and watch it all together to explain why it's good to Tony.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you can close your eyes all you want.
No.
Yeah.
Please no.
It's going to happen though.
Yeah, so let's revisit it. By the way, we did the math. Tomorrow is I believe the 20th anniversary of this film.
Yeah.
Or yesterday was the 20th anniversary. I think tomorrow is the 20th anniversary.
Depending on when you post it.
Depending on when I post this.
The anniversary is close.
Hopefully there's not like an emergency and I upload this weeks ahead of time.
What would the emergency be? Us forcing you to watch it?
Yes. Oh my God. So yes, to celebrate Queen of the Damned and Aaliyah's new album.
Right.
And to honor the memory of Anne Rice, let's talk about a movie she hated.
I think she was just misguided.
Hey, we butchered your book. By the way, you're misguided.
It opens up with the statues of those who must be kept. I don't think they ever say that in the movie, but that's what they're called.
No, they don't.
Which is Queen Akasha and King Enkel.
Look at this guy. He thinks he's got it all because he read the book.
Why are you winking your eye? You got something in your eye? Please never did. Oh my God.
So yeah, Lestat talks about how like, oh man, like eternity sucks. You kind of think about it too much and you get sad. So you go into a deep sleep or you kill yourself.
I feel like you have to think about, that's another thing. They're very like, me in high school, like goth kid in high school, like they think they're really deep and they're not that deep. Because like, you don't have to think about eternity for that long to be like, that would kind of suck.
Yeah.
You ever just kind of like look through your old like journal or just like wherever you would like write poetry or whatever and you're like, what the fuck was wrong with me? Why was I not in therapy? Like,
you could literally go on Wattpad, goth kid stuff right now and be like, oh, this kind of looks like Queen of the Damned. The movie, not the book. Let me not insult
So Lestat went to sleep.
Lestat went to sleep.
And as I said in the previous one in the book, I think it's to heal from injuries he got from Armand.
So it was a continuation.
Yeah.
So it would have been really cool if they threw that in there.
So like you can heal as a vampire even if you're not getting blood. It just takes way longer.
Right.
But Lestat.
Wait. But those other vampires that you read in the book about.
I mean, they're technically healing from injuries, but they've gone insane. And
okay.
Anyway. I guess you get the special healing power when you go into the deep sleep.
No, you just have to be pretty, I think. That's fine. Continue.
That's also it. Yes, so Lestat hears some sounds from up above. And in the book, he woke up in the 80s, so it was heavy metal. But in the movie, he's waking up in the early 2000s, so you got like new metal. Yeah. What are some new metal bands?
New now?
Like NU metal bands.
I don't know. Like Kieran woke me up, so.
Oh, that's right. We don't have footage of that because we went to film the skit and then Kieran went home.
Just the whole concept that rock and roll is like waking up.
Yeah.
This age-old beast is like, well, so like, it made me wonder, like, okay, so if like Beethoven or Bach were vampires, like, and they heard like the Rolling Stones or like Led Zeppelin, would they like is that because he played classical music, right? He had like the violin.
Yeah, he was really into it.
That's interesting.
Yeah, but something about this music really speaks to him.
All right.
So he wakes up.
It is a good soundtrack.
And the first thing he does is kill a black guy.
Yeah, he does.
He went back to his racist roots.
Yeah.
He said, is this my plantation? No. No.
It wasn't his plantation.
It was Louis. Well, he saw it as his.
That's true.
He's like, we are in a relationship and I'm pregnant. This is ours.
So this is, I can see Anne Rice being upset with this. So, because she retconned Lestat to only kill evildoers.
I think she was very, not.
But then this is like a weird thing. It's like, okay, well, everyone liked the first movie where he's killing all the time. So let's do it again in this. I'm like, all right, well, okay, I guess. But he's supposed to be the hero of this. And the hero can't really be like murdering willy-nilly. Like it's.
Yeah. Also, it was different. Like, even though she had, he was like the owner of a plantation. He was murdering. Like, we made jokes in the previous one. It was very time appropriate.
Yeah.
So she was just being accurate.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't like that he just picks a random guy.
And it's a black guy.
Yeah, didn't agree with it.
Excuse me, Tony, there's black guys in London. Did he wake up in London?
No, it was Louisiana.
Oh, so they were just like those kids.
Yes.
The one girl has like doesn't she have a shirt on?
No, that's good. That's when they go to London. But no, it starts off in New Orleans.
Okay.
My town, New Orleans. I want to go back there. I had a lot of fun there.
Did
I've never been and I really want
Me
to go.
either. Let's go for Halloween. I want to go. I want to
Okay.
do a trip. COVID, please.
Yeah, like COVID, can we not?
Yeah.
Can I?
No.
No.
Okay.
We'll take pictures and send it to
This
you.
is Kira and Johanna's last episode, everyone. So yeah,
fine.
he meets
I'll be
the
in
band,
basement.
and he's just
In
like
the basement.
his introduction to when they're playing the band and him going,
Yeah.
"What the fuck was that?"
Also, I literally okay. So the first few times I watched, because I've watched it more than once, obviously I enjoyed it, but rewatching it to take notes and stuff, I did not put two and two together, like that the whatever the sound he was making was coming from him.
You thought he was just like miming
I
it?
thought he was just like posing.
No,
And
that
then, like,
apparently
this-
was his voice making the sound.
I didn't register until they were like your voice, and then I was like, oh, he did make that motion.
Yeah. And for some reason, and this happens in the novel, he's just like, I'm just going to tell them I'm a vampire. I don't even care anymore. He's like, I'm a vampire.
Well, that isn't okay. That isn't the
Yeah.
novel.
Well, in the book, he's like, yeah, they were really cracking up that I call myself Lestat because they're like, yeah, we have that book. And he's like, there's a book about me? Like it's like really like confused.
I like that when he met them, he was like, you all are so beautiful. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh, that is like a goth kid's wet dream.
Yeah.
Because they are not, it is what it is. They're not conventionally attractive, none of the band. But again, in high school, being that alternative kid, I was like, I am beautiful. Vampires would love me.
Jesus Christ.
I was unappealing to vampires.
You're so
No, you looked
unappealing.
like Mr. Tumnus. I'm sorry. What? Was there?
Can we post that picture of you as Mr. Tumnus?
I think we still have it. We posted it in another episode.
Post it again.
In college, I was drunk Mr. Tumnus one year.
Oh my God. But
one
no,
can
you were
guess
too
who I was.
conventionally attractive in high school to be attracted to a vampire.
I was conventionally attractive.
You
You were.
the Vampire
I never get
Chronicles
compliments.
book.
Come on.
But you were.
I mean,
I have to settle.
I don't think you're unattractive.
I'm like the vamp. Oh, you
but you
don't.
don't look like you looked in high school. His voice was like, oh no.
Hey guys, I'm not unattractive.
I know, but
That's
you don't look
best
like you looked in
compliment
high
I got on this show.
Yeah, the second time you made him cry.
Anyway,
Who would have thought we just had to invite her? Have some nice things said to you. And
I
then
haven't
you're like,
cried
"Oh."
in over 20 years, and now I've done it twice. Yes. So he never says the band members' names, I think, but in the band,
did say that.
huh?
You did say that.
Yeah, the girl's name is Tough Cookie in the book. And the guy who does the audiobook, he does it with the French accent. He's like, me and Tough Cookie, we were something, something, something. I'm like, it's just like, please stop saying Tough Cookie. So yeah, he becomes their front man.
Right. And they immediately sell out
Yeah, they do.
so fast.
They change. I think in the novel, their name was Satan's Night Out, and then they
Okay.
just turn into the Vampire Lestat.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
Well,
they're like,
I just like how they immediately went from like, we're this like grunge band that's trying so, or rock band that's trying so hard to like, yeah, we're this cool ass band. And
Yeah,
interviews.
we're with the vampire. Yeah.
I do like the music video.
Yeah, I love all the music. I still have it on my Spotify.
Yeah, which
All
we
the
said
music
the guy from Korn helped write it,
Yeah,
and I think he does.
majority of it.
Yeah, I think he does the vocals in the movie, but not on the actual soundtrack.
It's so on some of okay.
Yeah,
oh, in
it's-
the movie.
It's
okay.
some of them, because I know Chester Bennington from Linkin
Right,
Park
right,
does
he's
do it at
involved
one
too,
point.
yeah.
And
Yeah.
I think there's one song that comes up that was I don't know that one as well as the other ones, but it was very clearly Marilyn Manson.
Okay.
Like his voice is very distinct. I can never
Yeah.
understand what he's saying, but it sounds good.
So, yeah, the band is playing, and it looks like a what do they call it? German expressionist film. It looks like Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, the music video.
Yeah.
And he's adding stuff in his lyrics that are related to like real vampire stuff. That's like a thing he does
Right.
because he just doesn't give a shit anymore.
Oh, right. Okay, so the reporter says, like, oh, like, rumor has it, like, you're giving away vampire secrets. Like, who's feeding? What vampire It's
That's a good
feeding this
question.
information to the media.
That reporter should have been an obvious vampire.
Is it Marius or the reporter? Is he a vampire?
The reporter should have been like dressed like the 1800s.
Right. I've heard
with
that
like a
you're
cape
giving
and
them-
like, hi,
blah blah blah.
my name is Derek Acula from Channel 5. These other vampires don't agree with what you're doing. And then Lestat's like, you're obviously a vampire. What?
I like how he like threatened her too, by the way, and she was like, "Oh shit."
She's like, all right, can you prove
Would
it?
you
He's
like to
I
see
can
at your
prove it
hotel
later.
room tonight?
Yeah, he's doing the whole conference where he's just like, I'm a vampire.
And why is it so close to his face?
That's a good
And the
question.
question I have, I don't know if camera work like was that great, but like he's looking directly at each person in the audience.
Yeah, that's not. I
And
mean,
was like,
you
maybe I
could
just
fake
don't know
it,
that
but
much about camera work, but
yeah.
like it was weird.
it depends what his monitor setup is like.
That's true because you can see them and like kind of.
Yeah.
But that was kind of off. Also, the manager looks like a great value version of Billy Joel.
He really does. He really does.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
But yeah, he plans to have the first live show in Death Valley.
Right.
And he's like, do you have a message for all the vampires? He's like, come out,
come out,
wherever
wherever you are.
And I just want to say, Stuart Townsend is awful.
Maybe that's why he was recasted as Aragorn.
What do you think his Aragorn was like?
I don't know. I don't know. So
What's an Aragorn line from the first one?
The first one.
Yeah. Are you frightened? And he goes, yeah, not nearly frightened enough. Stuart Townsend be like, not nearly frightened enough.
All I could think of is the bar scene, but I can't think of a line. I don't think Stuart Townsend himself is like a terrible
He's
actor.
probably fine in other
I
things.
think he was working with what he was given. That's like
Exactly.
Robert Pattinson, whatever, like in freaking
With
Twilight.
Twilight,
You see him
yeah.
in other things,
Yeah.
and you're
'Cause
like,
I've seen
oh.
Stuart Townsend. Like, okay, so he
Kristen
doesn't
Stewart
get,
too.
Yeah, he doesn't get great roles. Because I've seen him in a lot of other supernatural things. I think he's also played a vampire again, but like he works with what he has, and he usually gets kind of.
Wasn't he in the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
He was.
Right?
He was?
Yes, he was Dorian Gray.
Okay, that's where I saw
In The
him.
Love of My Life, Jason Fleming played Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I just had to put that in.
Girl, I'm lusting about freaking like everybody.
She lusts after Alfred Molina.
He's hot. Doc
I'm
Ock.
so proud of you. I'm so proud
I
of you.
like Jennifer Love Hewitt. That was mine.
No, Jennifer Love Hewitt is hot, but that's common.
Jennifer Love huge tits.
I'm sorry.
Women are not objects, Kira. Okay.
Sorry. I am a media parrot. The TV raised me.
So, Lestat's agent gets him two thoughts.
Oh, right. His Billy Joel,
Yeah.
Great Value Billy Joel gets him two girls.
And they're like, I heard he has a cellar where he keeps girls and feeds their blood. And they're like, that sounds so hot. And this is an accurate depiction of late teens, early 20s
That's
women
fair.
being into the wrong person.
That's fair. That would be me. I think it's weird though that like I feel like with that level of fame and money, you could definitely get food humanely. You don't have to get like two fans from you. You
Yeah,
could
but they
literally.
like the killing.
He doesn't seem to, because like when the one girl's like kind of, he's like, don't do that. Don't fucking.
Well,
touch me."
it's he doesn't want to have too much of a personal connection with them beforehand, which is actually something from a different vampire in the book. But yeah,
is because this Lestat kind of seems different than the previous Lestat that kind of got off on killing, and like this Lestat seems like
Yeah, he's like mixed with Louis.
yeah,
a
like
little
he's
bit.
kind of got.
Oh yeah, we're getting to the point where they just redo the first movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it Marius? There was a vampire that's just like, or Kaiman. There was a vampire that was just like, yeah, I want to feed on these people, but like, I really like them, and if I even just start talking to them, I feel bad.
Oh,
so he's
yeah.
like, I have to kill them before I have any connection with them.
That's me with animals. My dad got me chickens once. That was a disaster.
Like I, without even telling me, I know what happened.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
always the same story.
So this movie is really, really trying to make him not gay. Lestat. They're like,
Are
look,
they?
he likes
Oh, yeah.
girls.
Yeah, they were
two
girls.
Like
girls.
bisexuals exist, bro. Like
Yeah.
Not
at
in
least
this
like
movie.
have that.
Look, he might dress gay, but the movie is telling you he's not gay. He's
Yeah.
not gay.
That's what you should have wore the mesh
I told her, I'm like, I didn't have time to
He
get a
dropped
mesh
the
shirt.
ball. He dropped the ball.
first for the Fifth Element. You don't wear the
You know
Bruce
what?
Willis shirt. Now this.
Next review we do, I think you should wear a mesh shirt regardless of what
All right, well, let me try to lose some weight, please. Let me not be stressed
listen,
out for
beauty
1
at
month.
every size.
Look,
Men are not objects.
we're gonna go to my comment section, and they will disagree with you on me. It's like, no, Tony's fucking fat. So yeah, he's crawling on the wall to impress them, and then he eats them.
And then he just drops
Not
down.
to impress them. I think he was just having a good time.
He's playing with his food a little bit.
Yeah, he's
'cause
going harkening back to the old Lestat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they kind of had that whole like, this is a shtick and this is fun. And when he got to the ceiling, they were like, "Oh, wait a minute, this is."
Yeah, because you saw the panic all of a sudden. They were like,
Yeah.
"Oh wait, fuck!" And then
Yeah.
And remember, he's not gay.
Also, like
He
they're
likes
screaming.
ladies.
He lands on them and they're screaming.
Yeah.
One of you bitch. One of you women. One of you women. Come on. He can't take out both of you at the same time.
You can't stop all of us.
Yeah. Not that you had to fight him, but girl, get out of there. Screw her.
Yeah. Oh, I would leave you
And he
two
was
in a
picking-
heartbeat.
I would trip your ass.
I wouldn't leave at all because I'm over this.
That's right. You're a vampire. You don't care.
Yeah.
So we meet Jesse.
Oh. First note.
Yeah.
The wig budget on this film was not as great as the wig budget
No, it
on...
was not.
Lestat's not blonde anymore. What's up with that?
Hey, come on, it's a new century. He murdered a black guy.
I guess.
Wig budget on this wasn't that great.
Murdered a black guy. Like, what does that have to do with his hair?
He absorbed the black.
Yeah, it's contagious. So, in this, like, when we see Jessie, she's sleeping.
Yes.
And
hearing
then it's
voices.
her into her dream or memories or
Yes.
dream. It's supposed to be just a dream, I think, for us.
It's a dream, but
see that
it's
it's a
a-
memory until later.
Yeah, it's a memory that's been
Right.
erased but comes back as a dream.
Right. But for us, it's like, this is just a dream she's having.
Yeah.
That kid, her wig, that's what made me realize the wig budget was bad. Her wig, it looked like they scalped Nicole Kidman.
Really?
I was like, this doesn't look good.
Yeah, Jesse that's the weirdest thing about this movie.
Jessie, overall.
Yeah, she doesn't have her powers.
Oh, and you said in the book, like, they barely interact?
Oh, she barely interacts with Lestat.
Good. He's a piece of trash.
No, but she's supposed to be like clairvoyant and like a psychic who could communicate with spirits and
Is
ghosts.
she?
Like she regularly talks to ghosts.
See, they don't give it any of that. They just give
No.
us, because they're pandering to us, and I'm okay with it because I love this movie. But they're giving us that I'm not like other girls.
Yeah.
Vibe.
And there's a reason why she has that power, which is not explored in this movie.
What's
but yeah,
the reason?
I'll get into it later.
Okay.
But yeah, she gets a memory of when she was living with her aunt, Marette.
Right.
Maharet, yes.
Beautiful woman.
By the way, too many M names
What's
in the
her
Anne Rice
name?
books.
The actress.
Huh?
What's the actress?
I forget.
Oh, she's something.
But wait. So in the books, there's like Matthias.
Right.
I think that's the one that turns Lestat.
Marius.
Then there's Marius. There's Mal. There's Maharet. There's her sister. That's something.
Her sister has an M too, though?
Yes, I
Okay.
think. And then there's just so many M names. Like, can you put like a Steve or a Jim?
Maybe. And
There's one character in Queen of the Dam called Baby Jenks. I'm like, thank God, I can remember that. I'm not going to confuse that with
There's
anything
also
else.
a character named Stuart Townsend. Now we know.
Apparently. Yes. So she's hearing the voice. She realizes, well, she doesn't know, but she's clearly at like some vampire gathering.
Okay.
And her aunt realizes it's too dangerous and she's crying blood, right?
Yeah. And that's why, I guess that's why
But
she
I
sends
want
her
to
away.
be with you forever.
Yeah.
Or whatever
Yeah.
she says.
Brad Pitt didn't cry blood. I think they do cry blood in the book, but in the movie, the previous
In the movie,
it
he
was
just
just
had a
normal.
tear.
Yeah.
Just one. Because he's emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
But
her
he's-
aunt sends her away.
Yeah.
Like, it's too dangerous. Go
And
leave.
she's like, Auntie, I want to be with you. Yeah.
And then she's sitting there listening to the lyrics of Lestat. She's like, wait a minute, I've heard this before.
As someone that loves this film, I personally would not. Listening to it, I was like, none of what he's saying. Like I love this soundtrack. I still have it again on my Spotify list. None of what he said in that song made sense to me.
Doesn't make sense at all.
It was just like mumbling. And I mean, like, there's a lot of like rock music that I enjoy where, again, like I enjoy the sound of it, but I have to look
Oh my
the
God,
lyrics
it's like
up.
mumble rap.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Mumble new rock.
I like it, and I have to. I don't like mumble rap so much, but like I like it. And I have to look the lyrics up, cause like I'm like, how did she? She's like reading her book,
Watching her TV VCR combo.
Oh, and apparently the MTV, the person that was on MTV was one of the original like MTV music hosts
makes
or
sense,
something. Yeah, I can't remember her name, but she was like a big figure. But she's reading her book, and she like looks over at the TV, and I'm like, nothing he's saying is making sense. How are you recognizing this?
Plot.
But
Exactly.
she gets this information and she relays it to the Talamasca.
Yes.
Forget what that stands for.
I Googled it.
Yeah.
I don't know what it stands for, but I Googled it to see if it was an actual school of the paranormal in London, because that would be a wonderful thing. And it's literally specific to Anne Rice's book, but it's something that's common throughout her books, apparently.
Yeah.
It's people that research the supernatural.
Yeah, and again, the books, the vampires are like aware of them, even though they don't want like mortals to know anything about them.
He says it later, but that'll come up.
They keep an eye on them for a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah, he mentions
And in the book, Jessie, like, she's in communication with Marguerite.
Right.
So the whole thing is like Jessie's family has this benefactor, and they've had a series of benefactors that all have the same name that help their family out when they're in need.
Can we talk about how he's clearly limp syncing?
But
That
anyway,
wouldn't fly, Milli Vanilli.
Yeah.
But anyway.
so she tells like Marguerite, she's like, I'm working for the Telemas.
In the book?
Yes. And
Wait, in
Marguerite.
the book, she's in contact with Marguerite?
Yeah, and Marguerite's just like, you know what? I appreciate the work they did in the 1600s, making sure certain women weren't burned as witches. So I'm cool with this.
But okay, well, we already know that the movie didn't keep to the books very
No,
well.
no.
Because the movie, they kind of give off like, we just observe. We never interfere.
Observe the dark realm, but be not of it.
Yeah, no, they don't interfere. She's telling her she doesn't know her aunt's a vampire. That's the thing.
No, but her aunt says that they, what they
Yeah.
did for the women that were almost burned as witches or whatever.
Yes.
So like that would have meant that they
But
had
the
to
aunt wasn't
interfere.
involved with the
No, but the Talamasca.
Well, I guess they were like, hey, these aren't supernatural women. These are just regular women. Don't burn them.
Yeah, but they say that their slogan is only observe. don't
Maybe they
interfere.
changed their mind. I don't know.
Just for the movie.
But that's the whole thing. They're like, oh, God. I felt it sliding.
It looks good.
Yeah, the whole thing, they're just like, wait, you went to the vampire coven and took pictures? Don't do that.
Yeah.
Coven.
They were
Coven.
upset, yeah.
That one movie said coven, and it's stuck in my head forever now.
COVID.
But yeah, then David is her guy.
Yeah.
Not Daniel from the previous movie.
Dave. Oh, that's her like
Yeah.
higher up, right?
Yes.
Right.
Played by Paul McGann, who played Gallic in Alien 3.
Oh.
Who's Gallic? He's the crazy guy that thinks the alien's a dragon speaking to him.
Okay.
He was also one of the Doctor Who's, but who gives a shit about Doctor Who? Yeah, so he's upset with her. He's been investigating Marius, who in this version made...
Wait a minute. What did he said? He dates Marius?
No, he's been investigating Marius.
Oh, maybe I'm.
Remember, this movie's not gay.
Oh, right.
This is the not gay one.
Yeah, he was heavily because he has those photos.
He has
the
those
artwork.
paintings, and it's like clearly all the same person.
Yeah, and I love it. I love it. though.
Yeah, and he's
There's
like,
different centuries.
yeah, he's like, we know who Lestat is. That's the one who changed Lestat, but that's not it in the book. I can't remember the guy's name for the life of me.
What's Marius's deal? Apparently, he is able to adapt, unlike some of the older vampires, because looking at the
So-
artwork, he's done so many different.
So, Marius is very old. We're doing the book. Man, the book. Is this fun? Is this fun for you? You enjoying this?
Your wig's off. It's not. I just didn't like you picking on Joanna.
It's very itchy.
Is it?
Yeah.
It looks good. Though.
Why do you think
Thank
it
you.
started getting to me during the Fifth Element? I'm like, oh my God, this itches.
When in the book, when
With the
Lestat meets
artwork.
Armand
Right.
and then tells the Satanic Coven that all their rules are bullshit and it's a way to just keep them in line, and
Right.
Armand's like, well, the jig's up. I'm gonna go kill my entire coven now. He's
He
like,
does?
he tells him like, I was changed by an even older one called Marius, and I don't even know if he's alive anymore. People tried to burn him alive.
Oh.
He was attacked by other vampires and disappears. He's like, I think he's dead. So then
So
Lestat
Marius
goes,
is just a.
yeah, Lestat goes around the world being like, writing messages like, Marius, I'm looking for you. Marius,
Oh.
I'm looking for you. Looking for you,
Okay,
Marius.
so in the book, he definitely. Well, we already discussed that he
Yeah.
didn't sire him because.
But
yeah.
yeah, Marius then finds him
Oh.
and is like, I know you've been looking for me. I'm very old. I take care of those who must be kept. And then he goes, well, let me tell you my backstory. And it's like a whole thing, which I can get to later with the queen and whatnot.
And that's that start line you were talking about.
Yes.
Okay.
And I guess for them, they're like, let's just merge the character, changed him with Marius. And good idea on theory, not executed well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and one of the reasons is, so she finds Lestat's journal and reads his backstory, which is part of the book, and it's all wrong. So Marius changes Lestat, and he has some blood, but what does he want?
Companionship.
No.
Oh.
More.
Oh, right.
More. That's him, like,
Lestat. Lestat. Yeah.
He wants to one up Kirsten Dunst, and he's like, more.
I don't like that he bit him when he like woke. So like he abducted him, and it's said in the film, like he like kidnapped him, and he's like, oh, you've been sleeping for a while, like because he's in a whole new place.
Yeah.
Why didn't you just bite him when he was sleeping? Why did you wait for him to wake up to do this horrid thing?
I don't know.
Drama.
Vampires like the drama.
Again, they like drama and they're emotional. You're right.
Yeah, so he's a vampire, and then they're just doing an interview with a vampire again. He's like, I'm teaching you how to drink blood. Make sure not to drink all of their blood or you'll die. And then it's like, I feel bad about killing. And
but he tells him that after. He's like in the process of drinking someone. And he's like, he finishes and he's like, we never drink the last drop. He could have done it.
And then Lestat's just like, I want to like hang out with people. And he's like, don't do that. They shouldn't know about us. And then he like,
They see the girl.
Oh, by the way, I think I mentioned in the previous one, the vampire that did turn Lestat, like, the reason I don't like this is one of the fun things about Lestat is like, he's like a rebel. He's a loner, Dottie, a rebel. And part of the reason is the guy who turned him was like, hey, try not to go in the sun. I'm going to kill myself. So he has no mentor. And he kind of just does. That's why when people try to come to him and like guide him, he's like, fuck you, I got this.
Yeah.
And this movie kind of changes that. And it's like, well, this is
Wait, was this your mindset before or after reading the book?
Before reading the book, I was like, this is a bad movie. But after reading the book, I'm like, yeah, they didn't really get the character, I think. Yeah, so he sees a lady playing a violin.
Yeah.
It's supposed to be his gay boyfriend's violin.
And Marius says, if you want to know her, you have to kill her.
But instead he wants to show off his skills.
And then they kill her.
And then he starts
anyway.
going super fast.
Yeah,
And then his
he does
eyes
too
glow
much.
like a animal.
cat. Yeah.
They kill her and the
And
dad.
they kill her anyway, so he could have known her.
It's fucked.
Yeah, it is.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
Where we're here.
And then
Really
he
get
keeps her violin, right?
And then
like that's
Yes.
Yes, he does. In this scene, I feel like you get a really good look at their eye makeup and this thing going on. And I'm like, oh, who is their artist? Blend it out a little bit. Cause like I get that I get the look you're going for, but they're looking like e-girls on TikTok. They're looking like me. You gotta,
Yeah. So
They-
while he's
yeah.
playing the violin in the tower, his violin gets all messed up and he finds a secret door.
Why?
To a secret passage.
With the thing. She like, remember?
Yes.
So music does not soothe the savage beast.
What the fuck?
She was into it. He's like, wake me up. Yes, Daddy. She's like, I like it. I'm sorry.
So yes, he finds the secret room and he finds those who must be kept. Queen Akasha and King Enkel.
I do like the statues.
I do.
Yeah.
They're really cool. And they actually look like marble too.
Yeah.
They do. The only thing I didn't like was her statue for whatever reason.
She's
they
like-
had her doing.
Yeah.
Because be sexy. She's like, okay.
And I'm like, Aaliyah's lips aren't even like, they're nice, but they're not like that pouty. Why do you guys have
So do you
that?
want deep lore on? Do you have any questions
Yes.
about Queen Akasha and King Enkel?
King Ankle, what's his deal? Because we only get to see him get murdered.
He's Queen Akasha's bitch.
Oh, so we don't really get much on him anyway. He's just Sabi.
I think they said he was
Because they say she was the original vampire, right? And then she
Yeah, I
turned
think in the
him.
books they say it was him, but it turns out to be her. So what it was, you ready for some deep lore here?
Yes.
All of this is omitted from the film.
Okay.
Basically. I just want you to know. Because I don't know how you feel.
You want us to know? We saw.
I don't know how you feel about Queen Akasha right now, but this might change your view on the character.
I think she's a monster.
Okay, good.
Oh, she can kill me.
I mean, yes.
Like,
Yes.
So here we go. Marguerite and her sister, the
Right.
redheads, they were witches and they could communicate with spirits.
Oh.
And there's good spirits and bad spirits. They don't really do much. They just like to influence people and watch.
Okay.
So there are no religions. All religions are wrong.
Oh.
In this universe, there is no God or anything. It's just spirits messing with people and seeing what they do. So all the mythology is just based off these spirits.
Okay.
And these girls can communicate. And they lived in a village in like Egypt where they practiced cannibalism after someone died.
Oh.
And you have to like eat like their heart and their mind so you can consume it. And since there was 2 of them, they had to like split it. But before they could eat their mother's heart and mind,
They're not that great either then.
Queen Akasha and Ankle come and kill their entire village.
Who's ankle come?
Queen Akasha and King Ankle come to the village.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm sure they came many times. They were married.
They don't have sex.
No, they're not vampires yet.
Oh.
So there's one evil spirit that they're in communication with, that whatever, evil spirit. They kidnap them because they know they can speak to spirits. And the king and queen are like, talk to our gods. And they're like, your gods aren't real. Spirits are just fucking with you. And Queen Akasha does not like that. She's like, I kind of based the whole existence around this. You better change
Like a
that
lot of
soon.
people. Yeah.
Like, I got a lot riding on this. You got to tell me, please tell me they're alive. And the evil spirit's not thrilled that they have the girls kidnapped. And they have like a guy who watches over them, like the king and queen assign
So the
a guy.
spirits are totally cool with Marguerite.
Yeah, they like them.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. And they're even like making wind and stuff blow to like freak them out.
Oh.
So the king and queen, they're too afraid to kill the twins, but the spirits like threatened them. So they're like, shit, we can't kill them because maybe the spirits will kill us. So Queen Akasha comes up with this great plan. She's like, hey, that one guy we have guarding them that they would trust, have him rape them in front of everyone so we can dehumanize them.
Wow.
And if they have the spirits do anything, we'll murder them.
Oh.
So they have to get raped in front of everyone, and they got to tell the spirits not to interfere. And the evil spirit's just not a fan of this, and he loves drinking blood. All the blood sacrifices that ancient civilizations did was just to please him.
Okay.
He would tell them, like, hey, chop those babies up, and then he would, like, scoop up and eat the blood. I haven't gotten to the book that explains his backstory, something about bird aliens, I don't know. Anyway, so he's pissed. He is pissed. He's like threatening them and whatnot, and then people come in to kill the king and queen just to like overthrow them. And in that moment, the evil spirit goes into Akasha and merges with her, and that's the first vampire. And then she changes Ankle, and then the twins, and then they try to start a whole progeny and whatnot, and that's how vampires
Why
start.
did it
Why did
merge with her?
For fun.
Instead of the twins. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like
So the twins were just as bad as her.
No, they weren't. They ate their mom as like a ritual thing
But you
after
said
she
like
died.
the sacrifices and stuff that have all been made have been made.
That
for
wasn't
this-
her third tribe. That was some other tribe.
Oh, okay.
Yes. So that's the.
So Akasha was like terrible as a human too.
Akasha was awful.
Wow.
She is awful.
So
And
she was
gonna
already
get-
a queen, and then
Yes.
she became.
I don't know. I just don't understand why the spirit would merge with her when it's been doing this, like watching them do this terrible thing to the twins that they like.
Yeah, it doesn't like her.
Yeah,
So,
to like
like,
torture her with like eternal life and stuff.
I don't think she's
I don't think that's
tortured.
torturous.
Yeah.
She's loving it. It's
Now she has
McDonald's.
powers
She's
and
loving
shit.
it.
Look, I don't know. Maybe I'll get to the book where they explain it further. One of
Okay.
the things in these, I think I said in the previous thing.
If you're gonna be the book nerd, go all the way. We don't.
One thing Anne Rice likes to do is tell you one version of a story in one book, and then the next book be like, didn't happen that way.
Like with the Lestat thing.
Yes. So that's the origin of Akasha and Ankle, and apparently they got so old that they eventually just stopped moving
Okay.
and turned to stone. And the movie never makes it clear until the very end. If you kill Akasha, all vampires die.
Oh.
Because someone tried it. Marius is filling in for a guy, an older vampire.
Okay.
He decided he got tired of watching them.
Yeah.
So he put him in the sun one day, and they just got a bronze tan. But all the vampires around the world died, except for the really old ones who got just burnt
Oh my.
to a
God.
crisp.
Huh.
I like that Marius tells him like when he's like, "Oh, is she?" He's like, "She's your mother," and I was like,
Yeah.
"Oh no, step bro."
And I like
This is a scene where she raises her hand, right? And then she drinks
yes,
them, right?
because
When
he
she
plays
does
the
the-
music.
That's right.
And this is like, again,
my fucking fang.
it's on the floor. Wow, that vampire healing sure does work. You have that tooth back.
It's amazing.
So, yeah, she gives him the blood because he's playing the violin. And the book...
I do like this scene too, whatever, because when he's walking, you can't see... No, is it this one that you can't see his reflection? Or you can see it because it's like a different type of water or something? I can't remember. Yeah.
No, the vampires in this universe have reflections.
I thought they can't. I thought they didn't.
No, they don't. Yeah, so Akasha, the reason this is a big deal in the book, and Ankle is the one who like wakes up and knocks him out.
Oh, really?
And gets super jealous, yeah.
Oh.
The reason it's a big deal is because like previously the vampires, those who must be kept, that we would only give the sacred blood if other vampires did some kind of like sacrifice or ritual.
Okay.
But she just did it because she liked his violin, and like Ankle gets super jealous about it. It's like, why did she do that?
And knocks
Even
him
like
out.
even like fucking 6,000 years, you still got to make sure your chick's not
He
fooling
can
around.
wake him up.
Well, that's the thing. In the book, Marius is like, I've never physically seen them move,
Yeah.
but
Whoa.
I've shown up some days, and sometimes they're like halfway across the room, and I got to put them back, and
It's
they're real
interesting
heavy.
that they'll just move whenever they want, but not just go out and wreak havoc.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are you gonna do? They got a lot to think about.
Fair.
So then Marius gets jealous. He's like, I've never seen her move. Ever. Why did she do that for you? And he's like, oh. But the blood like makes them stronger and stuff because it's like it's the original vampire blood.
And then Marius goes to get milk and cigarettes.
And he takes Queen Akasha and King Ankle with him.
Just abandons him.
Just bye.
That's crazy. Like, I was very upset by that.
Yeah. Yeah, so then Jesse, we cut back to the future. Jesse spies on the vampire coven and enters the club. And she's dressed like an asshole to blend in.
Yeah.
I like how they knew right away when they saw her, like, you don't belong here.
This is totally like post.
Girl, what are you doing?
This is post Blade, post The Matrix. It's like, oh god, this is dated so much.
So she meets Carlisle Cullen, Fergie, and young version of Vin Diesel at the club.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
And they try to eat her outside.
They do.
And Lestat saves
This
her.
is the Family
Yep,
Channel.
because she mentioned Marius.
Yes. Oh my god. I thought
Oh
that
my god,
was
when he
rude.
creeps in the fucking like bar, when he hears the name and he just like moves into the light.
In the light, yeah. Just
I'm
looks
surprised
amazing.
Lestat's there because all the vampires fucking hate him.
That's true.
Like, what are
They
you
want to kill him.
doing here?
I don't like that she was just like regurgitating his diary back to them. That's
He's like,
very
"Bitch, I wrote
intrusive.
that."
And he's like, you're an interesting librarian. He's like, oh, is that what happened to my book? I was
Yeah.
wondering where that went.
Yeah. There's that steamy scene again in high school. I thought this was like
Oh, when he like cuts her
on
finger
the glass.
yeah, and then he's like drinking it.
So many fan fictions.
Of you with Lestat.
Mind your
Specifically the Stuart Townsend Lestat.
in a piece of glass.
I like when she's like, you still have that violin, don't you? And he totally does.
Oh yeah, he does.
Then he,
I mean, but that's
he
easy
breaks
to
it out.
peg,
Does
'cause
he
he's a
break it out and
sad
play it
boy.
again?
Yeah,
Right then?
he brings it out, I think, yeah.
But he doesn't play
And
it yet,
that's-
I
right?
don't think he
Scene?
plays it.
I don't
No,
think he does.
afterwards, when he goes back home.
Oh,
when he
okay,
goes-
yeah.
So yeah, and then afterwards, Jesse tells David, she's like, I'm going to the concert. Something's going down. And like in the Queen of the Damn book, it's like, because the book Lestat ends with him doing a concert and everyone just erupting into flame. Well, the vampires attack him on the way to his car
Right.
instead of in front of everyone. And then they all erupt into flames. He's like, what's that about? And then,
Kasha's like, I got you.
yeah, the Queen of the Damn book, it opens up with Lestat. He literally goes, it's me, Lestat. Remember me? He literally says that.
No way.
And he's like, well, there was a cliffhanger, but before we go to that, here's 5 new characters. They're going to tell you what they did 10 days before the concert.
Queen of the Damned or Diary of a Whoopi
It
King.
really is. It's like an anthology almost.
Okay.
But yeah, that's kind of like a thing. Like all the main characters are like, well, I got to go to this concert. It seems like
Yeah.
shit's going to happen.
Can we mention the headphone? Okay, so my boyfriend said I should skip this. I don't care. He's got like headphones when he's in his coffin listening to
Yes.
music. And I was like, are those wireless? But then I Googled it. And wireless headphones didn't come out until 2002. There's no wire. So
Yeah.
he's just for the scene. I guess he's just sitting
Well, it
there.
was filmed in 2001. It was coming out. Maybe it was like a prototype. I don't know.
It was filmed in 2001.
Probably.
Oh, yeah, it didn't come out until 2004, though.
No, 2002 it came out.
2002?
That's why we're doing it for the 20th
I'm
anniversary.
sorry, no, the Bluetooth, I'm backwards. The Bluetooth headphones didn't come out until 2004.
Next year, we're going to have to crack open a bottle of wine for Queen of the Damned. It's going to be 21, old enough to drink.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
And it's blood.
So yeah, Lestat wakes up. He's like, someone's in my home, and it's Marius.
Right.
And he's like,
how dare he pop up?
I like,
without the
he's
milk.
like, how did you get through the 50s in that outfit? He's like, I slept. And they're like, we missed Elvis. They're like real upset about missing Elvis. So they hang on a billboard, a giant billboard of Lestat.
Yeah.
Yeah. At his crotch.
Yes.
It's on his crotch.
And they're looking at a Tower Records because this movie's very old. Lots happened in 20 years, hasn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, he's just like, hey, you probably shouldn't be doing all of this.
I agree, but like, why would he listen to him? Like, you left me,
Yeah.
and
You left
don't
me,
have
Dad,
the
and now
milk.
I'm rebelling.
Right, you don't have the milk or the cigarettes. So like,
Yeah.
what did you leave for?
But, and this is like the weirdest change. So Marius, like, I guess after he like kicked Lestat out and stuff in the book, he'll like show like the statues like film strips and stuff, and eventually he gives them like a TV.
The statues?
Yeah, he puts a TV on. He's like, this is going on in the world if you want to
So they're
watch.
seeing Superman too?
Maybe, I guess.
Okay.
So, but what happened was she's watching the broadcast and she wakes up. But the movie is, it's like, all right,
The broadcast of Lestat.
yeah, at the concert and wakes up and does all this.
Oh.
But the movie, it's like, oh yeah, she heard your song a while ago. She's up now. She killed King Ankle. Statue's like,
Yeah.
Yeah, ripped out his throat.
yeah. And she's just around and like, Marius is like,
Just hanging out.
Marius is like, crazy. I kind of screwed up my one job.
Yeah.
When really, you should be like, oh my God, we're all gonna die. We're gonna die.
Yeah.
Because when she wakes up in the book, they're in some like icy location. She just buries him in the ice. And he has to psychically call out to people and be like, please help me. Please.
He asked Lestat, like, do you ever think of anyone but yourself? And it's like,
No.
bro, you abandoned me for how long?
Yeah.
Alone.
But also, he should be terrified right now. He should be
Yeah.
like, we're all gonna die.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
everyone's gonna die. Instead, he's like, you woke her up. Okay, you woke her up. Don't sing that song. Goddamn.
Don't do it again.
And then he
Was
flies.
it you don't have the concert or whatever he's saying?
Yeah.
I mean, whether he does or not, she's still
How
awake.
do you guys feel about the flying effects in this?
Hate it.
What is it?
Yeah, that
Every single
weird-
time.
They have like that weird trail.
It's like a
effect.
chemtrail. It's like a like you see the plane.
A very real thing we should all be worried about, right?
So like it's weird. It's
Oh,
a
you were
weird
Kira,
effect.
not Kieran.
I hate the effect. And it's
weird.
worse at the
And
end
the
when they're all
noise.
doing it. I'm
Yeah,
like,
that-
it's hard to look at.
It does have a like.
Yeah, it's like
Scent is fade. He was here too long ago.
oh, then we get the club scene, right?
Yes. So
it.
Akasha's like reveal
Yes.
is so stupid. It's like people are No, like
No, shut your mouth.
no, this fucking scene is iconic. as
I
shit.
agree.
the way she
She's so
enters
hot.
the scene.
Stop.
I was expecting like the door gets blown down or she shows up.
No,
instead of camera, like you see a girl being like, "What's that?" And then Aaliyah's
She
like,
doesn't-
"Hi,
She doesn't need to do that.
I'm here."
She doesn't need to do
She
that.
came in, she was curious. She's like, okay,
Aaliyah.
here are my children, basically. I'm coming,
Exactly.
checking out the
She doesn't have
shit.
to burst the door
Yeah.
down. She's coming to see what's going on, to enjoy herself,
Yeah.
and see what's up.
And she's like, his sense fading.
Yeah, they're like,
And the
"Oh,
other
we're
dude's
gonna
like-
kill him."
And she's like, oh, really?
I thought that scene was
Is that
amazing.
what you're going
I don't
to
think that they
do?
utilized her that well. Also, like we saw her in that movie with Jet Li, and like her acting isn't the best. It is what it is. But like,
She also doesn't have her whitish skin from the book.
mind your business. So like,
They do give her a golden tint. They knew they had to do something weird with the skin, but they couldn't. They're like, we probably shouldn't paint Aaliyah white.
yeah, definitely not.
I guess we'll go with like gold glow.
Yeah, but I think they utilized her like the little scene, like the one you just made fun of,
Yeah.
with her doing that dancing.
The way it's just shot, the way she just kind of
I
awkwardly
thought it was
enters.
beautiful.
I was so turned
I
on. Oh
loved
my
it.
god, I
Oh,
love
it
this
was
scene.
wonderful.
I love when she rips the dude's fucking heart
too.
out.
And
Especially
eats it?
now. Wait, do you still love her after all that backstory I gave about how she's horrible?
Yes.
Whatever, let her be horrible to me.
Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
Mommy, mommy,
sorry, mommy. Anyway, this scene's great, and she rips out the heart, and
The
then she
scene is
starts.
good.
She starts sucking on that thing, or whatever. Everybody's like, "Holy fucking
and it turns
shit!"
to dust
and then
and they start
she
attacking her.
crumbles it. And,
That one it
and
killed
then
him.
she intertwines the dance into just murdering.
yeah,
them.
and she's
that's
like,
beautiful.
"Huh, now you're fire."
Yeah,
huh,
she can
now you're
just
fire.
she can just light
huh."
them all on fire. By the way, in the book, she is doing this. She can do this just psychically. She doesn't have to be anywhere near
Yeah.
them. She So by the end of Queen of the Damned, it's
Let
like
her be extra.
Yeah.
at the end of Queen of the Damned, they're like, hey, all the vampires are dead, or except for ones that she couldn't like, might have been too well hidden for her to even know about, or the ones. It seems like she only kept the ones that Lestat knew, to make him happy, and she like wipes out the rest.
Also, like I really enjoyed that scene because I feel like it gave a good like display of her character. Obviously, when we weren't given a lot of details from the book, like she had no regard for even her own children.
It reminds me of like the comic or cartoon version of Apocalypse from X-Men.
Okay.
How there's that cool thing in the cartoon where they're like, "Are you a mutant?" He's like, "Don't call me a mutant. I'm as above them as they are you." Like he doesn't. It's like he technically is the same thing, but he's such a high level he doesn't even register that he's the same on that.
Yeah.
And that's how I get from her. Like, yeah, she is a vampire, but like she's the vampire.
Also, I didn't know that vampire death flames were flammable. Like Smokey the Bear is crying. I did not know that like the club would catch fire from that.
The fire in this.
I thought it was just a contained thing.
The fire in this is not as cool as the bodies in Blade.
Like the way she walks
Blade
out
look cooler.
with the building like blowing up behind
she's
her, and
just,
she's
like,
walking
the
out
whole,
just like she's licking her lips and just laughing. Oh,
her whole
girl!
I can't believe you tried to shit on that.
Just the first shot of her entering the frame was
it's great.
Everything else is good.
She's
in the
feeling the music. She's walking
all
all like,
vampire. You need to update with us.
She's belly dancing. Oh, fuck.
So Lestat's thinking about this. He's like, I'm excited. Did your tooth fall out again?
This is all your fault.
What did I do?
You started shitting on the scene.
Disrespected our queen.
Yeah, he's excited. And this is also true to the book. He's like, I don't even care if we go to war. It's going to be awesome. Fuck vampires. Don't care. He's like, Akasha might be there. It's going to be a party.
Yeah.
It's going to be a party.
We get a throwback. Remember that line you said that he fed
I just love that there's just tears like right now. Like, I don't have a tissue. I'm sorry.
God.
So the line
Louis influencing me.
Yeah.
But the line he gave Louis about like, you won't survive without me.
Oh,
yeah. Whatever. He says like, better dead than alone. So that's kind of an homage to the character, I think. With his unhealthy attachment.
Yeah. Louis is completely omitted from this.
Yeah.
He like shows up. They have a reconciliation in the book.
Do they?
They're like, hey, sorry. Yeah,
I literally feel like they merged him with this current Lestat.
I agree, because he's not the Lestat that we saw before.
Where's
Tarzania? Or Tarzana?
I don't know. Yeah, the girl's like, I'm from Tarzania. I'm like, where is that?
I didn't look it up.
I don't know where Tarzania is. Is it
also,
even
they
real?
shit on her because I'm Episcopalian. And
and then Jesse's there, like, I'm a goth girl.
And he's like, oh, I would have
Don't be wrong.
Tamalskin.
What's her name? Is it Marguerite or Margaret? It's spelled weird.
I think it's Marguerite.
It's probably Marguerite.
Yeah.
Come on.
She's cute. I've always had a crush on her. She's good in Wet Hot American Summer and stuff. But yeah, she's just like, we were joking. I'm like, I feel like this was like her trying to be like her big break.
Yeah.
I'm an Episcopalian.
She did fine. She did fine.
She did. I think what they had again.
Yeah.
This didn't help. This didn't help career-wise. She still had a good career.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the criteria for the girls?
What do you mean?
That great value Billy Joel's picking out? What's like what is the does he
I
have
don't
guidelines?
know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It does crack me up though. Like they all walk in the room. Lestat's like, all right, cool, and then he sees Justin. He's like, fuck. All right, send these other two away.
Take this one.
Yeah, and Billy Joel's just like, I'm doing you a favor. Let's go.
And when they were interacting, he's watching like, what the fuck is going on here?
Yeah. So Jesse wants to be a vampire.
What was it? Oh, boo.
Okay.
Boo back.
Why does Jesse want to be a vampire?
She thinks it's cool.
She's like you said.
And she's in love with him.
What a good little librarian. She's bored. She's bored.
It's not really.
I think it's just like romanticized for her because like she's been studying it and sees all these.
I know
stories
she
and-
turns into a vampire in the book, but that's because she gets injured and her brain falls out the back of her head. So they're like, "Fuck, she's gonna die unless we turn her into a vampire." Yeah.
Can she regenerate her brain? Did they just pop it back in?
Yeah, you get healed when you become a vampire.
Okay. Well, I think she was just, again, like she's lived this in the movie, this like quiet, boring life, reading the diaries of this diary of this vampire. She wants
and she sees all the adventures and excitement. And
romance.
So he flies around with her like Superman and Lois Lane, but worse looking.
Why do they have to spin every time they fly?
I don't know. They are constantly spinning.
I was cracking up. I thought they were having sex at one point. I was
did
what?
too, but
Right?
they don't have sex, Tony says.
Yeah, they end up...
Maybe it's non-canon and they do.
Yeah, maybe they changed it in this because I don't know. There was a lot of
spinning. Yeah.
They end up...
spinning,
moans and gas.
and then there's that scene later in the bathtub.
Yeah.
They make it to Griffith's Observatory. Have you ever been?
No.
Oh, it's really nice.
I've always wanted to go.
Yeah.
Where is it?
LA?
In LA.
Yeah.
Oh, I've never been to LA.
Well, this observatory is in a million movies.
Okay.
Like a million, like Terminator. It was in the
It's in like
Terminator.
everything.
Yeah. Have you ever played Grand Theft Auto 5?
No.
They have a
Only
place.
played, like the first two.
Oh, they have a place that looks exactly like it in Grand Theft Auto 5.
Okay.
I've been there. Spoiler. You can get an Uber there, but good luck getting signal and getting an Uber to come back and pick you up. I had to walk
Really?
all the way down the fucking hill. It was a nightmare.
That's fair.
So yeah, he doesn't want to turn her because she's like cool or something.
She's not like other girls.
He doesn't want to.
Oh God, now I know why you sad high school girls got it. I'm not like other girls either.
No, he didn't want to take away her humanity, and then that's why he ends up showing her what it's like to be a vampire, killing somebody, drinking their blood.
Before that, she slices her boob.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's like.
I was watching this with we were watching this with Jess, and I was just like, I feel like you should be like, hey, you don't have to do the boob thing. Like, I it's the neck or the wrist. Like, relax.
I mean, he did suck on the titty, the other prostitute. So
Yeah, he did.
To kill her, yeah, I guess so. But yeah, that's right. He finds another vampire and he just murders a woman in front of her. I'm like, that's the hero of this movie.
Yeah, because I think the dude was like creeping on the woman in the first place, whatever, and then it looked like he was gonna try to save her. Because even Jesse's like, "Oh, is she all right?" And then
Also, like him being like, "Oh, now do you want it?" Like,
and
you
she's
didn't
like,
make
nah.
her a vampire. You just murdered her on a bench stool.
But she saw what she would have to do if she was a vampire.
Yeah.
She's like, I don't have the stomach for it.
No, she didn't have to do that. He made it a lot more pleasurable for her.
Anyway. Does this sound familiar?
Oh,
Wah!
yes, it's like every horror movie in the 2000s.
I was like, drowning pool?
oh,
No, that's it.
I know.
Is
No.
What?
drowning pool? Who is that? Disturbed?
No, yeah.
Wow. Get the
Is it
bucket
Disturbed?
down with
It's
Disturbed.
Disturbed.
Yeah, it's Disturbed.
Disturbed, yes. Yeah, that really took me back hearing that song. Yeah, and then Lestat sings a song that Kira knows every word to.
I say that one.
Yeah.
Hell in your eyes. Yeah. I like this soundtrack.
It's
a lot.
good. I think that was a Chester Bennington one. I
Yes,
can't remember.
So,
It's
this is
definitely
all-
one of the concert ones.
This
but,
is also
yeah.
where he's wearing his mesh shirt. I'm very excited about that mesh shirt.
Nipples.
Nipples.
And at the concert, vampires are looking for Jesse, and so is
yeah,
David.
the crowd's doing this.
Yeah, like
and
how,
they're
and then you
doing
see them
this.
moving.
Oh
Yeah.
the effect of when Lestat's looking and the vampires are still and everyone's freaking out around
Yeah.
them. Like, what is going on? This is weird looking. But yeah, the vampires, for some reason, because they care about their secrecy and they don't like their secrets being
Yeah, they're
aired,
gonna go publicly murder him at this
murder
live
him
concert.
on like camera in front of everyone. I'm like, that's not how that's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
I do like in the book when this is happening, they're running to the limo. Gabrielle, his mother's like, I'm back. I'm here to
Awesome.
rescue you. And it's
Okay.
like, what are you doing here?
And that's when
Yeah.
our queen.
But no, before that, Marius teams up with Lestat.
Yeah,
Right. And
For
he's
some
on
reason.
stage and he does the cute little.
Yeah,
when
Yeah,
everyone
the-
starts
because it sounds
clapping.
like, oh, like we're
Yeah.
killing everybody, and then Marius is just like,
it's just part of
I
the
mean,
show.
he's not killing the so as far as I can tell,
Well, Akasha's killing them, right?
well, before that, he's like stabbing them and stuff, but like that doesn't kill them.
don't worry about it.
I thought they.
Well,
roasting-
at the end, like when
Akasha kills them.
Yeah.
She comes in and finishes it, but like,
Oh.
so in the
they
Anne
were just
Rice,
doing the weird.
yeah,
thing.
in the Anne Rice universe, the only way to kill is sunlight, fire, or like dismemberment, so
Okay.
they can't like heal together.
Okay.
And even then, you probably should burn the bodies in case they
Reassemble.
yeah. So yeah, so he's just stabbing them and fighting them. But yeah, the Akasha shows up and just lights them on
they
fire.
all just start floating.
Oh, the decapitation's really good. when he cuts that one guy's head off and knocks it off.
Fake. But yeah,
that was bad.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. I watched this on VHS on a 4K TV, so it looked fine to me. I'm sure if I watched this in HD,
I watched it in HD.
Yeah, I watched this in HD last year, but I don't remember it that well.
Well, Akasha pops up.
Yeah,
Burst from the stage underneath. Somehow she was there.
Yeah,
whatever.
she's a part of the
comes up.
show.
and then she's like, "All right, bye."
Yeah.
She has fucking Lestat fly over to her like a little magnet
And
or whatever, and
they do the fly away together, the spin.
they do the little spinny thing, and
Yeah.
Jesse's like, "Fuck, that's my man."
Well, they have like a bit of a connection because they've
Yes,
he's tasted her blood in the past.
Yeah.
But yeah, she flies him to somewhere.
some island,
Some resort.
Yeah.
Yes, and then gives him more of her blood.
Yeah.
And-
She said to him, like, you crave to have the world at your feet. I never got that from him. I thought he just wanted to, like, live where he could be seen.
See, she really liked, it was like 1,000 years ago, so Enkel was probably her only boyfriend. And she was super into him.
Okay.
But now she wants to move on because she's tired of him, but subconsciously
Hasn't she already murdered him?
subconsciously she wants the same kind of person. So like, you want to be a warrior king too, right? And Lestat's like, oh.
So she
Like,
had
is
thought-
that Lestat should be like, are you talking about your ex again? You talk about him a lot.
Oh, no.
I broke up with him. I'm like over it. I'm like, well,
But I want you to be
a
just
king?
like him.
By the way, you said that they don't have sex. Clearly, they were fucking in that bathtub.
They were
with those
definitely
rose petals
Something's
and
going on in that
everything. Like,
bathroom.
They were
Yeah.
smashing.
Yeah, they get
Those
it.
rose petals weren't there for nothing.
Yeah, I was gonna say where the rose petals
and then she
come from.
bites him again. And,
Yeah.
and then there's like the weird floaty thing. It looked like freaking American Beauty.
Yeah.
Like,
And she's rubbing all on his chest.
Yep.
We're not being sensual for nothing.
Yeah, and the music video plays.
Yeah.
Jessie wakes up in the area she remembers that belongs to her aunt Margaret. Oh, so Akasha, I forgot to mention this. Akasha had Margaret's eyes ripped out and her sister's tongue ripped out, and then put them in coffins and sent them in 2 different oceans. Margaret ended up somewhere, I think India or whatever, and she like was able to live with society. And she had a baby, and this is mentioned here. When she got raped, she had a rape baby.
Oh, no.
And that's Jessie's like descendants.
But her sister is...
Yeah, well, so she has to constantly steal humans' eyes, and they rot, so she has to keep getting new eyes. That's cut out.
So
the
she's
other
also
one,
terrible.
Yeah, the other one has no tongue and ended up in South America hundreds of years before it got populated.
My homeland.
Yeah, but hundreds of years before humans showed up.
Oh.
So
Just
no
alone?
one knows where she is.
Oh my God.
They're like, I don't know where she is.
Then how did they find her?
Oh, I'll get to that. It's kind of confusing.
Okay.
So
Question:
yes.
Do they explain in the book, like, what about royalty or royal blood makes them like immune to sunlight?
It's basically how old you are, and
So the older you get, the more you
the
can tolerate
stronger
it?
you get. Yeah.
Wow. So why are these old vampires just offing themselves? It gets better.
They don't know that though.
Oh.
Yeah.
I always thought it was because she was technically a human, then became a vampire.
Well, they're all humans who become vampires.
Yeah, but like she
But
wasn't
she was
drained or anything. She was
naturally- she wasn't
Oh.
changed.
Well, I guess she
So
was
when she
bleeding out because
dies-
she was stabbed and stuff.
Well, we'll get to that later.
Anyway, her death scene is completely different. The movie actually does it a little bit better, I think.
Okay.
And not just me, other people agree with that. So she shows up and Margaret's like, I'm your aunt, and I'm also your great, 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 great ancestor. Here's our family tree. And that's that's her link to the mod. That's how she's able to stay alive so long. It's like, I follow my family as they go down the family tree, and that's my link to the modern world. And the other vampires are like amazed by this.
So she has human descendants.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It gives her a reason to keep going on.
Oh.
And the other vampires are like, wow. Or, oh, by the way, Armand's there. Doesn't say much. Looks nothing. And Bruce Spence is there. Famous Australian actor Bruce Spence says nothing.
Does she have any other descendants, or does her bloodline die with Jesse?
I think because the
think
wall
Jesse's-
bleeds, so I'm pretty sure
when
that
she
was
gets
the
turned
end.
into a vampire.
Yeah.
I think Jesse is the last
That's
one.
unfortunate. Jesse fucked it up.
Yeah, she did.
They're preparing for the battle against Akasha in this tiny room.
Yes. They're like, they're preparing. They're like, we have an idea if we can like drain her when she's vulnerable.
Oh my God, wait, they had all these figureheads from different cultures, different vampires from different cultures. Shouldn't have been in Ghostbusters, but they could have done a mean ass song and dance scene with all these different characters. I would love.
To a Lestat song.
Yeah.
Speaking of Lestat, so in the book, like I think she gets Lestat to kill a bunch of people for her, and he doesn't feel comfortable about it because he says he only kills the guilty.
Yeah, it's like people at the resort, right?
Yeah, but if this one they changed it where it's like drinking my blood gets you to walk around in the daytime.
Yeah.
That's not a thing.
Yeah, and he's just
But
out there talking with her, and you just see like there's just
They're in the
corpses.
sun-
Oh, she's
everywhere.
murdered the entire island
The whole-
and sprinkled the.
She's like, yeah, this is our kingdom. He's like, what, a mountain of corpses?
I
Like,
mean,
what?
really, like,
So basically, her plan in the movie is to basically be God to everyone.
I mean, fair. Okay, but like, she's killing at a crazy rate. So, like, who are you going to be God to?
Yeah. She's like, mortals are food.
Extinction,
Doesn't matter.
overconsumption.
I was saying in the book, she fucking she wants to kill. She wants to leave 1 in every 100 males alive. She wants to like wipe
To,
out.
like, reproduce?
Yes, but she
I think this is a great idea.
thinks males are like a burden, and she thinks
That's fair.
She thinks if women were involved, everyone would get along and things would be better.
What
my
have you never seen
God.
drunk girls in a
love
bar when they're in the
her.
bathroom?
Akasha's amazing. I think she's
She's been underground a little too long. She know like women love to talk behind each other's backs. And
No,
stuff.
no,
It's
no, no,
men's
no.
fault.
She gets a bad rep. I think she's like, actually, we should probably delve deeper. She should get a book where like all the stuff about her being like this person that massacred was a lie.
It's like how they retcon the Lestat.
Yeah, yeah. Hey guys, I'm Queen Akasha. I'm writing this book between the time I die and that other book,
Yeah.
conveniently. And let
Yeah.
me just tell you about myself.
Everyone's a liar.
Yes. And the whole thing, I think her whole thing is like the gods turned out not to be real to her. So she's like, I'm going to be God.
Yeah.
Why not?
When I start my cult, that'll be a nice idea.
Wants my blood to see you all gathered, plotting against me.
So yeah, Akasha shows up with Lestat. She's like, hi, my children.
Yeah.
You're all my children. They're like, we
Yeah.
don't like you.
They did say that.
Get out
Yeah.
with your weird gold bra. Get out.
Because he's like, Lestat, come. And he's like, no.
Right. she's cuter.
They're like, do you not see?
Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, look,
kill her.
She's like, mortals are food. We're gonna rule.
Yeah, she says they're animals.
Yeah.
Where like, girl, you're acting like an animal.
Yeah. And then she tells Lestat, like, hey, can you kill that girl? And she's like, she means nothing to me. Like, yeah, exactly. Kill her.
Kill her. Yeah.
Like, he starts to drain her, and then
But
She's
she's
very
not,
nicely.
Yeah.
And she's even like,
On her titty,
I'm ready.
right? On her titty.
on her tit again.
Yeah.
She moves her hair out of the way. She's like, I'm ready.
He's got a thing for the,
Yeah.
tasteful tits.
He likes sucking on titties.
Yeah. Most
I mean-
men do.
I mean, who am
Most
I?
people
Who
do.
am I to fault him for that? I think we all agree that that's fine. There's two things we
It's
agree
fine
on.
and fun.
There's two things we agree on. It's sucking on titties is good and slavery is bad. I'm gonna have that on my tombstone.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway.
Oh my god.
This was a mistake. No.
So Lestat then drinks from Akasha, but then he doesn't stop because he's trying to make her vulnerable.
Again, there's a clear difference in bites. The girl on the bench did not get this treatment.
Yes. But yeah, they all start attacking her. And I love like the blood's too strong for some of the younger ones. It's too strong, so they just light up on fire.
I didn't think that was the case.
Yeah, I thought she was
just
lighting them
her
on fire.
power. But when they started to drain her enough, she was too weak to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, I think there's a line where they're like, we don't know if we can handle her blood or something like that.
I don't know.
Oh yeah, I always thought it was because
Yeah.
she was turning them like
Just
literally
killing them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Until
But
she
you're
got
right.
weak.
Her power is weak, and she's like, if you kill me, you kill all of us, which again
Yeah.
was not established in the
kill
movie.
me.
Also, that's
You
not what
kill
happened.
yourselves.
So
Yeah.
they killed her and they were fine.
Yeah, it's a weird, because that's like good stakes in the book. It's like, wait, yeah, how do you kill her?
Yeah.
That's a little rough. So yeah, they all just drain her, and I think Mara gets her essence, so she becomes the queen of the damned.
She takes the last drop.
She turns
Yes.
into the statue.
Yes.
What did she? Does the demon get released then? I mean, the ghost.
I don't know what happens to the demon. I'm not gonna lie, I haven't gotten up to those books. If
Okay.
they even get explored.
Because like
So-
if they kill her, what happens?
So in the
to
book, like she shows up,
the evil spirit, whatever.
yeah, and then the missing twin is like, I'm back,
Okay.
and then kills her. and then cuts her head off, and they're like, fuck, we're all gonna die. And then the twins decide, I'll eat the brain, you eat the heart, like how we were gonna do with our mom. And and then one becomes the new queen of the damned.
And what happened with Jessie with her head?
She became a vampire.
No, but like, how did her brain fall out?
I think during the concert, she got attacked and like thrown up against something, I think.
I'm just picturing this like...
Again, guys, I binged 3 books in 2 weeks. I'm getting some details wrong. I'm sorry. There are better channels that will break this down for you.
Have you seen the memes where people are just putting spaghetti back in their pocket?
No.
Then with her brain just like, fight her. It's fine.
It'll be all right.
Just scooping it back in her head.
It's like Chris Tucker in Fidelman when he shoots the Mangalore. You think he's gonna be okay? I'm sorry.
Oh my god.
So Mariette becomes a statue.
Right.
And then
a beautiful statue. I have seen her in other films and stuff, but that woman is like, she's ideal for me. Like, yeah.
Okay, you fine there? You wanna?
Nope.
She reminds me of
need a couple minutes
Lady
alone with the
from,
cop
fucking
with
Resident Evil because she's
Oh yeah.
Like, girl,
oh my
step on
god,
me.
she's definitely got.
Do you want a couple minutes alone with the VHS tape of Queen of the Damned?
She's not on the cover, so it doesn't matter.
Is she on the back?
But she gives me like Sigourney vibes. Like she's like, yeah,
just mommy.
Yes.
So they
exactly.
return the book to the Talamasca, and Jessie's like,
you also forgot that Lestat was like, oh fuck, Jessie's over here.
Is she dead?
And then gives her the blood.
Yeah. And then she's like, I'm a vampire now, David, and I'm best friends with Lestat.
Look at my silver eyeshadow that's here
in my corners. Yeah.
It's like, you're a vampire
That's
now.
what happens when you're a vampire. Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's what happens.
Just turn into an asshole?
I do.
Yeah. Unless you're an old vampire.
Oh, gotcha.
I do kind of enjoy the makeup or whatever when she's human or whatever. She's very like red in the cheeks, and you can see.
And then when she's dead, it's just
everything's
eyeshadow,
just pale, like
pale.
It's just,
Yeah.
It's just like slap foundation on her and then put some eyeliner and stuff.
Yeah, and then Marius is spying on David.
Yeah.
Hello, David.
For some reason.
Well, technically, David was spying on Marius.
Yeah,
I guess.
it's only fair.
And then Lestat and Jessie walk in slow motion in the end.
Holding hands, loving each other.
So this movie's bad.
You're bad.
Yeah, that's fair. I like that.
Book's a little disjointed, but it's definitely better until the ending where it's like, and then this one showed up.
I think that you should be canceled.
What? How? For not liking this?
I mean, main character was black, Tony. I think the movie is amazing.
I love this movie. I rewatch this like all the time. I see it on TV. I'm just like, oh.
Me too. Oh my god.
So many better vampire movies.
I'll watch the other stuff too, whatever. But I love Queen of the Damned. It's so cringy.
Yeah.
I love it.
When I had
never
basic
watching this
cable,
again.
anytime that it would come on Chiller or Sci-Fi, I was on it. I was on it. 1 out of 10. What do you give it?
Give it an 8.
Oh my god, me too.
Yeah.
I go an 8 out of 10.
8.
I give it an 8.
Really?
I'm entertained the whole time.
I understand that it's not as great as it was supposed to be, but I loved it. It was very entertaining.
Nah, this is getting like a 3 out of me.
Wow.
Sorry, this movie's pretty bad, guys.
You're racist. You're sexist. This is terrible.
I agree.
This is terrible.
So
Yes,
bad.
She agrees.
So bad.
So this is my last episode of
Hashtag
talking
cancel
about
Tony.
tapes. I've now been canceled.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Make sure to do hashtag cancel Tony.
Yep.
Yes. Well, that is it. Rest in peace, Anne Rice.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, Aaliyah.
Rest in peace, Aaliyah. We're filming this in January. Rest in peace, whatever celebrity died in the meantime.
What the hell? They're all dropping.
They are.
This is the day after Bob Saget.
Bob Saget was jarring.
Yeah.
Did not expect that.
Stuart Townsend, dude, lock yourself in a room. Make sure you're eating good. I want to make sure you don't die the day it comes out.
Bob Saget friggin' was locked in his hotel room and then...
Yeah, that was a bummer. I got to do dirty work.
Stuart Townsend got in trouble for smacking his wife up.
What?
Allegedly.
Wow. Yeah. And you support this.
Not him, her.
We support the movie.
I like Interview with the Vampire starring Tom Cruise. Not problematic at all.
Who also...
Anyway, Kira, where can we find you?
Kira.mortis on Instagram.
No, I mean, like, where do you live? Tell your address.
Okay, I live at... What's your address?
32.
You can find me in Tony's basement.
Yeah, she's going to go back to turning into stone.
Yeah.
Johanna, you can find
Not on Castilla.
not on Castle. Are we back yet? I wonder if we're back from hiatus.
You tell me.
We're really committed to
tell
this
me.
hiatus bit, aren't we? Yes, and you can like, share, and subscribe. Join our Patreon. I'm sure we have something exciting going on there. That's what happens when you shoot a review a month ahead of time. You don't know what's going to happen.
Whatever, we're prepared.
Are you even on the show anymore?
Probably not.
Oh, I'm sure someone found some dirt on you.
You've replaced Tony.
Oh, this is great.
Whoa. No, you're not allowed to replace me.
Old
Kira can replace me.
vampires dip out.
That's fine.
Modern Hollywood, Kira is above you when it comes to replacing white male character.
No, but I have like gingery hair and all the people of
How do
color.
you feel
People
about?
of color have been replacing gingers, so it's only
Okay,
fair.
okay,
It's true.
okay. I've talked about it with Crystal. She's not allowed to comment on it, but you can comment. How do you
It's a
feel about
thing.
that?
I am not opposed to it because I am a person of color. But if we're being fair, it is happening. I don't know why it's happening.
It's so weird.
and it's only ginger.
yeah.
No, it's not only gingers. but
No,
gingers.
no,
mostly
no, no.
gingers.
The
It's
new
It's,
trend is
mostly
like
it's
gingers.
almost like, what are the least like white people? Gingers?
Gingers.
Change them. No one's
Yeah.
going to care. It's like, oh, wow.
It's like 90% gingers. I don't know what
It's
that's
crazy.
about.
I don't know. I feel like I feel like Annie was crossing the
we create,
line.
like,
I'm like
actual-
that's when they did it to Annie. I'm like, that's like the ginger. I don't know.
When they replaced MJ, they were like, but chill, guys, she's not MJ.
Yeah, I care less about that. I'm like, Annie, I'm like, there are gingers that base their personality on Annie. What are like, okay.
Are there? There's gingers that were like,
Yeah.
I am going to be a little orphan girl.
What are some other redhead characters?
I have a list because I actually thought it was like
No, who's a redhead character you want to replace?
Carrot Top.
that I want to replace.
Yeah.
I used to be sexually attracted to Carrot Top. I
Well,
let's cut
The
that out
women on
too.
the show have really bad taste.
yeah, I mean, I dated you. She had a crush on you, you know?
Exactly. Well, no, that's the exception. That's the exception to the rule. How about the Lucky Charms leprechaun?
Oh my
Should he
God.
be
Is
replaced?
he a ginger?
No. Are you racist?
I'm trying to think of famous redheads. What do we have?
Nicole Kidman? I'd
In what?
replace her in
Michael C. Hall.
In what character though?
Dexter.
I want to
Dexter?
replace Nicole Kidman in the singing one. God.
Moulin
With
Rouge.
Ewan McGregor, yes.
Moulin Rouge.
Yes.
Oh, I'm looking around like.
Yeah, I can't. I'm not. My brain no good.
Oh, that cat in Cats. I mean, in Cats. In Aristocats. It could be a black cat. It could be Idris Elba.
Oh, were you upset that the new Venom movie Carnage they kept it being a ginger male?
I
white
haven't
male.
seen. Don't ruin it. I haven't seen. the new
Julianne
one.
Moore.
Yeah.
Emma Stone. Bryce
Gwen
Dallas
Stacy? Are you
Howard,
coming for Gwen Stacy?
Hell yeah, she's
Sophie
hot.
Turner.
There's some gingers that are
Damian
untouchable.
Lewis.
Jean Grey and X-Men?
Untouchable.
Really?
Prince Harry.
Can't do that. He married interracially, so he is safe.
Rupert Grint.
Man, he really screwed up with
Rupert
that one.
Grint
He's no longer. I don't know.
replaced.
I don't know
Chuck
what.
Norris.
I don't know what's up with Prince Harry.
Chuck Norris has already been replaced.
Prince Harry, like.
That he is Idris Elba. No.
Anyway, how about Vampire Armand? Get Antonio Banderas out there. Get him out. Be like, hey, in Interview with the Vampire, they got to recast Armand.
I don't
Do
think
they keep to the redheaded kid, or
he was only in there for a few seconds. So if anything, people would recognize Armand as Antonio Banderas like more than him.
what
Because
about
most people haven't
What
read
about
the
if they
book.
get up to Queen of the Dam? You have the redhead twins. Are you putting your name in the hat?
No, you cannot replace her. The love of my life. How dare you?
What about Chucky?
God. All right. Anyway.
Anyway, that is it from us. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.
I have so many things I want to talk about. I'm like gonna get off track here.
This is the case of a game that was far more popular in Japan than it was in the United States.
They never went to Mordor. What are you talking about?
This is kind of weird.
But there's real detail. There's like wiring underneath.
You know, they're
sold
one
out.
and done. That's
Yeah,
it. Sold
yeah.
out. So they're super hard to come by.
You heard him, guys. Bring it back. Here we go again. Round two.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other videos and Patreon page.
Talking about tapes.